Corruption very quickly brought me to consideration of this stuff.
I learned the beauty of mathematics here.
A crucial choice that I made at Andover was in taking Seth Bardo's class on the Vietnam War in film and literature. It was one of the first interdisciplinary courses taught here, and my entire career has been interdisciplinary since then.
It has been 50 years this fall since I came to Andover in 1969. I'm the crazy guy in the middle jumping out of the window.
The Alumni Award of Distinction is an award created by alumni, given by alumni to alumni.
Thanks for living, you know. It sounds trite, but look at the leaves.
Recipients of the Andover Alumni Award of Distinction spoke at last Friday's all-school meeting titled Finis Origine Pendent, The End Depends Upon the Beginning. The award recognizes professional achievements of Andover alumni from all over the world. This year's 5 recipients were selected from more than 20,000 living alumni. Here are live reporters Ben Fu, class of 21, Emily Huang, class of 21, and Jason Zhang, class of 23, with the story.
Thank you. 5 Andover alumni received the Alumni Award of Distinction this year, including 2 journalists, an architect, and a Nobel Prize-winning economist.
With great pleasure to present the 2019 Alumni Award of Distinction to Samantha Appleton, Phillips Academy class of 1993, for her contributions as a photojournalist and White House photographer.
To William Nordhaus, Phillips Academy class of 1959, for his contributions as an economist, climate change researcher, and author.
To Sarah Chase, Phillips Academy class of 1980, for her contributions as a journalist, author, and U.S. policy expert.
To Guy Nordenson, Phillips Academy class of 1973, for his contributions as an engineer, architect, and author.
The 5th recipient is Kevin Alusla, class of 06, a Grammy Award-winning musician and beatboxer of the a cappella group Pentatonics. Alusla was not present at Friday's all-school meeting due to being on tour, but he will visit campus later this year.
To learn about how the award recipients are chosen, we talked to Jennifer Savino, Director of Alumni Engagement.
The Alumni Award of Distinction is an award created by alumni, given by alumni to alumni. So our office, the Office of Alumni Engagement, staffs the award, but it in fact is run by alumni. Anyone is welcome to submit a nomination, and it goes into this master book, and then there is a committee of dedicated alumni who review the nominations and put together a thoughtful slate that they hope represents different fields of endeavor, different interpretations of excellence and accomplishments.
The committee that chooses the award recipients is made up of about 10 people from a variety of backgrounds, one of 12 committees that are part of a larger 140-member alumni council. The award was first given in November of 2012 to a slate of recipients including former President George H.W. Bush, class of 1942.
Although there do exist other awards that recognize alumni, such as the Feast Award, which is granted at the head of school's discretion to recognize non-civi spirit, and the Athletics Hall of Honor, the Alumni Award of Distinction is unique because it recognizes professional achievement. Savino tells us that efforts were made to make sure that this award did not conflict with the non-civi culture of the school.
A real key component of how this award was designed was that they would come back and be a part of the educational experience. So they're in a classroom, they're giving a talk in the library, they're visiting the Phillipian, so they're adding to the Andover of today in some regard. So each year, it's both given to individuals, but there is real attention given to the slate that is put forth, so that it's not for engineers or for architects or for actresses. It's people doing different paths in the hopes that the student body looks at the slate and may be able to see themselves or identify with somebody or connect with somebody in one of the recipients' profiles.
At all-school meeting, the alumni spoke about failures that they overcame and how facing such difficulties helps them improve themselves.
The consistent threads I saw in this year's slate for Alumni Award of Distinction recipients is that they all had bumpy paths and that their stories all included failures and some unknown elements in their life that they attributed as some of the greater learning moments, that they weren't all predestined for this path that they've been on.
As a young photographer,
Christy
very
Ray, class of-
eager for assignments, I had to choose between taking an assignment that I knew didn't tell the real story, but got me paid and got me a publication, or having the confidence to tell what I saw. In the summer of 2003, the general headlines were that the war was winding down, Iraq was rebuilding, and Iraqis were thrilled to be liberated. All the supplies gone, not even a Tylenol to be found. I photographed a father hold a fistful of dust to his little girl's nose. He told her it smelled like roses. "Remember this," he said to his daughter. I snapped sparingly to avoid attention.
Who's heard of Midas? He begged that everything he laid his hands on would turn into money, would turn into gold. He sat down and he picks up an apple and it turned to gold. And a daughter for Midas named Marigold, and when she sees him distraught at what he's just done, and he loves her second only to money, Midas kissed his daughter on the forehead, and what does she turn into? Gold.
As I was preparing for today, I looked back at my essays. When I was about to graduate, I published another awkward piece, this time about coeducation. That's the one where I thought we should change the name of the school to Flabbit in honor of Abbott.
For Christy Way, class of 21, hearing about common experiences between alumni and current students inspires her and gives her hope for her future after Andover.
I thought it was interesting that they brought people who are already very famous and successful in their field back to where we all started. And when they talked about like their own experiences and even showed pictures of themselves in Andover, it made me feel like they were more relatable to myself, and also it was like easier to see how like from this point, like how we are all high school students, how we can like kind of grow to be like adults and like citizens of the world.
Emily Huang,
Jason Zhang,
and Ben Fu.
reporting.